So for us, I mean, the main thing we were looking for was building roots. They did a renovation, we're 12 years ago now, and we immediately started seeing the same problems we saw before the renovation, was just poor rooting. Agronomic programs, water was the only thing that we kept the same. So started diving into that, and I did that immediately. We saw root depth increase immediately.
You consider your turf conditions here and playability better than before, the same, or worse?
So they're definitely better than before, but the factor of how much effort we have to put in to get there is so much less. We were fighting day after day to try to maintain the greens and create a surface that we were proud of. And we did. We created a surface that grew in its thatch layer. And then that's fine all season long until it comes time to aerate, and you can't pull a core because the surface is too fragile.
Your view of what you've seen out here, this system not only improves water quality, but also the soil biome as well, so it can function naturally the way it's supposed to?
Yeah. Instead of these highs and lows of this roller coaster of, okay, we fertilize, now greens have slowed down, and we let them get so lean until we start losing grass and we fertilize them again. Now it's just, we're stable. We're
much more consistent.
Much more consistent. Playability is better that way too. And then on the days I can say, okay, we have a tournament, let's start drying down, we're able to do that without risking the entire golf course. Something that they can truly see and that's tangible to them, that they can, that the analyst in somebody can say, okay, yes, that's truly working. Versus now, a lot of us can go off of common sense too. That are in this industry, we know that giving the plant more oxygen and somewhat sterilizing the soil and making it more oxidative with the ozone is going to help in general, but they always need to provide that to somebody that doesn't understand that.
Right.
The golf course is more consistent. Greens are firmer during tournaments. We no longer have the name Lake No Roll.
Right. Much more positive member comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
In your determination, what you've actually seen on the course, have you seen a big change in turf conditions?
Yes. All grasses have their positives and their negative. Paspalms it suffers from dollar spot and patch disease, and you have to preventatively spray for it because it doesn't heal like Bermuda grass does. So we have a lot less, we always have the disease pressure, but we have a lot less symptoms and signs. So we use a lot less inputs.
Can you contribute any monetary savings yet to your system in your budgeting?
I'd say we have had a windfall of membership.
So the course has turned around quite a bit, and some of that turnaround is attributed to possibly the oxygenation system.
Well, I think it was a crowning jewel for us. And, you know, if you talk about or listen to the guys that have come before me, they think this, you know, we're just scratching the surface. So I'm all in. If you're not taking care of your mowers with the best grinders and the best machines, and you're not taking care of your water with the best tools, then you've limited your ability to be successful. I mean, we're taking a golf course where 17 years ago, people went for their career to go under because they couldn't get another job, and it would be a place that 100 people would apply for, you know, if it opened tomorrow. More and more people talk about the quality of golf course. I mean, we're hosting the Florida Open, both courses for the Florida Open. That wouldn't have happened several years ago because of the quality of the turf on a daily basis, especially in the summer.
So condition-wise, you think some of that's attributable to the oxygenation system?
Absolutely.
And how about your water supply? Are you using potable, effluent? What's your source?
So we have reclaimed water is our main water source.
Alan, how has the golf course turf improved since starting up your system? And what changes have you seen related to turf conditioning and playing conditions?
Yeah, so the past 2 years, our turf quality overall has been supreme. You know, the inputs we're putting in, we're seeing the results. And the membership is also seeing the results of that as well. So turf quality definitely consistently for the past 2 years has been at some of the highest levels we've had in our 11 years.
So don't you feel this system, which increases the dissolved oxygen in the soil as you water, that is really making the soil work naturally much better, much more efficiently, would you say?
Yeah, well, your inputs you're putting in are getting used, where before we thought we weren't getting a high percentage of use out of them. Plus, we're mining the soil of what's there already.
So the soil biology has definitely improved, though, in
Correct.
regards. Yeah. So have you gotten feedback from members and board of directors or your Greens chairman at all?
Absolutely.
The soil biology has improved quite a bit, and that's something that you weren't even anticipating, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. But after running it just on the short time, just watching it every day, trying to grow these greens in, we saw how much quicker it was to just grow the roots. It seemed like the biome was better on the treated water. The water was making everything work better. I can't say anything better than that. It just seemed like whatever was there was being optimized. Whatever we were doing was making it better and making it last. After 12 weeks, we pulled some soil samples, treated versus non-treated. I'll start with the non-treated. Non-treated, we were seeing CECs of a 2 compared to treated. That was almost double, 3.7 on the CEC, which in turn allowed us to see higher available phosphorus levels. Our available phosphorus was twice as high in our treated versus non-treated, and then calcium, the third one that's so specific for us sandy soil guys, was almost 3 times as available. So we could see in just the 10 to 12 weeks, all of our inputs were being held twice and 3 times as well. And we saw it physically because we didn't have to go out there every 4 days and continue to apply, especially as we got into the winter. We can stay on that one application. So we not only saw better greens, but we actually were doing less work towards the end.
And that was with the greens that were treated with the NanoOxygen
Correct.
water. How did the ones with NanoOxygen function, and how did the 2 that weren't, as far as growing density and time?
Yeah, I'd say the ones under treated nano were 100%, and the non-treated were probably 70%. I didn't have the confidence in them as the grass grower that I did in the other ones. I felt like they were still less resilient through and through.
Did those 2 greens take extra effort?
Absolutely. The treated in 8 weeks were dense, pretty tight. We could start pulling back treatments because we were just adding on, and the plant had the ability to hold the nutrients and moisture a lot better just because the organic formation, as we saw. The last 4 weeks with the non-treated water, we were still out there 2 times a week, Mondays and Fridays, doing 2 applications. So we were losing that battle.